Hey, what up guys? Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about Basic Attention Token, or BAT for short. We're going to talk about what BAT is, why it was created, and how it works, guys. So let's get into it. You may have also noticed that I'm not in my house. This is not our regular recording location. There is no plant. And I'm visiting my parents, and that is why we have this ad hoc solution with me holding my iPhone microphone, because my normal microphone is of course at home, and I think that audio is the most important thing when it comes to YouTube. Also, we have this amazing lake here, and I'm going to show you that in the end of the video. So why was BAT created? Basically, they want to solve online advertising. And online advertising is broken because of several reasons. Reason number one is that we as users are not really respected. Our privacy is not respected. Companies like Facebook and Google collect and track us without us really knowing how much they're tracking us. And we have no way to really know how much an advertiser knows about us. Because here's the thing. They can collect data. We might leave some data on website A, some other data on website B, and some other data on website C. And so an advertiser might purchase the data from all of these websites and then aggregate our data and create these profiles of us that we can't even imagine how accurate they are. Because we don't really know, of course, which data is collected. And something very interesting is whenever a website asks you for your phone number and says that this is for your security, you have to give us your phone number because it's for your security, so that you can have this two-factor authentication, blah blah blah. So it is for your security, but it is also used in order to aggregate the information and to merge the information. So because there might be several people who are named Ivan on the internet, and so a website may have some information about Ivan, so me. However, in order to merge two datasets, so maybe we have some information on website A and some information on website B, in order to merge these datasets and really be sure that we are merging information about the same person, they use the phone number, because the phone number is our unique ID on the website, on the internet. We might use different emails on different websites, but whenever a website will ask us for our phone number, we will most likely give them the same phone number we gave the last website. And so this is really a way for them to merge our data and merge the different data sets they have on us. So this was a tangent about the phone number, but this is just to make clear that our privacy is not respected. We're being tracked. The data is getting collected, merged, and they have these amazing profiles of us. This is the reason number one that BAT was created, and this is a problem we have as users. The reason number two is in order to solve a problem that advertisers have. So we as users are getting bombarded with information, bombarded with ads whenever we are on the internet. And because information is so cheap nowadays, and because we are overflowed with information, we have these ad blockers in our head. Basically, whenever you see an ad on a web page, chances are your brain is going to block it. It will just ignore the part of the web page with the ads. Maybe when you visit a web page, there is this banner with ads, but your brain will unconsciously block it for you, and you will not pay attention to it. And this is something called ad blindness. Also, we are using ad blockers nowadays, and ad blockers are getting more and more popular. And this also creates problems for advertisers, because we as users are getting so annoyed and so bombarded with ads that we just want to block them. And the third problem is also a problem that we users face, and that is basically that whenever you view an ad, you have to download it. And if you're viewing an ad on your phone, you have to pay to download that ad with your data plan. And so this is the third reason. So reason number one, we as users are getting tracked. Reason number two, advertisers can't really get their ads to the users nowadays because we just subconsciously block them in our mind, and we use ad blocks. And the third reason is because users have to pay for the ads, which is not a good idea. So how are BAT going to solve that? Well, they're going to create something called the BAM. So we have BAM and we have BAT. BAM is basic attention metrics. So this is a way for them to measure our attention. And BAT is basic attention token, and the token is the means of exchange. So let's talk about these two things in more detail. What is BAM? So BAM is a basic attention metric, as we said, and it will be used to measure our attention. And this will be radically different from the way it gets measured today. So in order to release BAM, basic attention metric, to the public, they will develop a new browser. This browser will be called Brave. And Brave will block invasive ads, it will block trackers, and instead it will have this blockchain technology built into the browser itself. And it's going to measure our attention and the way we use ads on the device. So in the browser itself will measure and track the way we view ads. And you might be thinking, so how can we trust Brave? How do we know that this browser is not going to collect data about us and then send it to some server? Well, we will know that because Brave will be open source. So Brave will be open source, meaning that anyone can view the source code and make sure that it is not doing something that we as users would not appreciate. So that is a good thing. Also, Brave will have a machine learning model. So in order to show us ads, Brave will need to learn about us, and this will be done by machine learning. And it really flips the way ads work today. So currently, whenever you view a website, they will collect data about you, and then they will use their machine learning models on the backend, so on their servers, in order to learn about you and train their models and then serve you ads. This is the other way around. So in Brave, the machine learning will be done on the client, in the browser, and the browser will decide which kind of ad you will get and which kind of ad it thinks is suited for you. And that is very good because it will really anonymize your information, because your information is only used on the front end, so in the browser, it's not really stored on some server or sent somewhere. And so this will create this anonymous system where your personal data is not tracked by a middleman, by a third party. Instead, we have the machine learning done on the front end. And because Brave will be open source, there is no need to worry that Brave will use your information in some malicious way. Maybe it will send this information to someone and they will know that you are the owner and the creator of that information. And because anyone can view the source code. So that was BAM. It will measure your the way you interact with websites, and it will train a machine learning model in the browser. So that is very interesting. However, Let's read some from the white paper itself about BAM. So ultimately, it comes to trust and respect with and for the user. By keeping the data on the device only, encrypting the data and shielding the identities of our users as a core principle, BAT forms a bond with users that proves and not only does their data hold value, it holds substantial value that has been ignored and exploited by the middleman year after year in the current industry model. So they're basically saying that BAT will respect users and the attention of users will be respected as well, and that currently is being ignored and exploited by middlemen year after year in the current industry model. They continue, several scoring algorithms have been tried with the Brave donation ledger system, which automatically donates an amount proportional to the attention given to a website. So very interesting. So they need to have a scoring algorithm. And this scoring algorithm will basically give a score on how much attention a user has paid to some content, for example, a website. So how are they going to do this scoring? Well, several scoring algorithms have been tried with the Brave donation ledger system, which automatically donates an amount proportional to the attention given to a website. One of the metrics suggested is 5 total views of advertising content in an active window for at least 5 seconds each. Hits of this nature would be calculated on a 30-day moving window. So that is one way to measure it. Basically, they track your views, and these views have to be in an active window and in certain amount of seconds. So that is one way they can measure. Another way is to use concave score. This is a score which rewards a publisher for a thresholded and bounded function of the amount of time spent with the open and active page. So concave will be another way to measure attention and to give a score to the attention user has paid on the website. So for example, 1 point could be awarded for 2-second view of a page, with 2 points for a 30-second view, and 3 for a 60-second view, which diminishing or bounded returns for longer views. So basically, the more the user views, the more points you will get, this attention will get. Let's have an example. The curve will move like this. So in the beginning, you will get a lot of points for your attention, but then it will level out. So the more you view a website, the more points you get, but it will level out, and you will not get as many points for your view time if you view, for example, from 50 minutes to 60 minutes. So these 10 minutes will be not as valuable as from 0 minutes to 10 minutes, because the curve will move like this, basically steep in the beginning, and then it will level out more and more. So that is the concave score. Right. The present implementation of the concave score, which is being used to distribute attention metered donations to publishers, is a threshold time-limited quadratic score. So basically they're using this quadratic formula. I can actually show you guys. So I don't know if you see, but this is, if you have been to high school, which I think you have, according to my demographics, you have most probably seen this formula, minus b plus square root of b2 4a divided by 2a. And this is the quadratic formula for solving quadratic equations. And so they're going to use it in this concave, they're going to use this in the concave method. So, and the concave method is just a method to measure attention. So now we have discussed BAM, and BAM is basically this attention metrics. It will be calculated in the Brave browser, because Brave browser will be able to track how you use the website. It will use machine learning on the front end, and it will also calculate some kind of score, this attention score. And this score can be calculated in different ways, and the concave method is one of those ways. So let's talk about BAT, or the Basic Attention Token. So the BAT is a token based on Ethereum, and it's an important element of a new marketplace. Ethereum is open source, blockchain-based distributed computing platform oriented towards smart contracts. This is, of course, nothing new to us, and I think it's a good thing that they have chosen Ethereum, because now they don't need to develop their own blockchain. They can trust that Ethereum will do the blockchain tech for them. They will improve the speed of the blockchain and add different functions and features, while they can focus on their part, basically developing this attention-based economy. However, of course, they really need to trust Ethereum. They need to trust that Ethereum will be going forward, that it will solve the scaling issues and so on. So it's a give and take situation. However, if I would start a project, I would not build my own blockchain. I would just use Ethereum, because you as a team obviously have a limited amount of time and resources, and I think you should be doing what you're good at. So I think it's a good thing that they have chosen Ethereum. So BAT will be a token based on Ethereum, and it will be used as a means of exchange on this in this attention economy. So micropayments using BAT will be accomplished for the first stage deployment with the Brave micropayments ledger. Each viewed ad will be verified at the browser using the BAM. So a user gets an ad to the browser verifies and calculates how much the user has interacted with the ad, and so the micropayments that should be paid after that. So if a user, for example, has viewed an ad, he or she should get some kind of reward, and the publisher should get some kind of reward. So these micropayments to the user and the publisher will be done through the Brave micropayments ledger. This flows shows the conceptual flow of BAT payments. The flow of the BAT payments will not follow this chart precisely in the first iterations of BAT. So they have this chart, but you will not see it, and I think that's okay, because I can explain it to you this way. The high-level concept is that advertiser sends a payment in token along with ads to users in a locked state. So how will this work? Basically, step number one is that an advertiser has some kind of ad he or she wants to show. Advertiser sends some kind of amount of BAT and the ad to the user. That is step number one. As the users view the ad, the flow of payments unlocks, keeping part of the payment for their own wallet and passing on shares of the payment to Brave and passing the remainder to publisher. So when the user views an ad, he or she will get some BAT or money, and the publisher will get some BAT as well. So the BAT will in early stages be specifically tied to Brave browser and Brave servers, along with verified publishers. Ad fraud will be prevented or reduced by publication of source code and cryptographically secure transactions. Ads served to individual browsers will also be rate limited and tied to active windows and tabs. So this is where they will limit the number of ads you will actually get. So currently you might get an infinite number of ads when you're using your smartphone. For example, if you're browsing the web on your smartphone. This means that you will have to download all these ads and pay for that with your data plan. But here they will have some kind of rate, and the ads will be limited to users, for users and active windows and tabs. Well, my question is, what if I want to view a lot of ads and get paid for viewing? Will that be possible? So payments in BAT will be sent only to publishers through a payment for viewing an ad on one publisher may be used at another publisher or kept for some other premium services supplied through the BAT system. Interesting. So, to summarize, we have BAM, which is the attention metrics. BAM will measure what kind of content you pay attention to. And if BAM recognizes that you pay attention to an ad, the money or the BAT that the advertiser has sent with the ad, so in order to publish an ad, you as an advertiser have to send some money together with the ad. And so when BAM recognizes that a user pays attention to the ad, this money that is inside the ad will be paid to the user and the publisher that has published the ad. Yeah, guys. So let's talk about the tokens a bit more. So as users are given access to some of the advertising spend in BAT, they will become an important and active part of the advertising and publishing economy. So basically, when users are viewing ads, they will get paid. And the interesting thing is, what will they do with their BAT? What will they do with these resources that they're getting by viewing ads? And the vision they described in the white paper is that you can use BAT to support content providers, for example. So if you're watching YouTube, you could basically send me some BAT because you appreciate the content. So that is one example of how users might use BAT. But this will create a publishing economy rather than the passive participants they are presently treated as. So the users currently are the passive participants on the web, but instead they should play an important and active part of the advertising and publishing economy, according to the vision BAT lays out for us. While tokens can be donated to individual content providers and publishers, there are any number of use cases for the tokens. So we discussed the example where you might donate some BAT to me that you have earned by viewing ads. And so if you go to YouTube and you view a YouTube channel that you like, you might donate your ad. However, it's only just an example, and there are any number of use cases for the token. An obvious use case is for very specific targeted advertising. Many small businesses have modest requirements which may be well served by tokens they acquire through normal browsing activities. So that's another use case. Users may also find new uses with low barrier to entry, highly targeted ads. Personal ads targeting people of religion or subculture, for example. Another example is that if you view some content online and you like a comment and you upvote that comment, the publisher of the comment might get some BAT as well. So basically they're outlining their vision of how the tokens will be used by users once the users have the tokens. And basically they envision this economy on the internet where BAT will be circulated around to publishers, from advertisers to users to publishers, and then users might use it to reward content providers and to upvote comments and so on. Right, and so another interesting point is the roadmap. So pre 1.0 BAT, Brave already has an anonymized ledger system for making donations and payments to publisher based on user attention. So that is already done. The secure vault using the anonymize algorithm to ensure customer privacy is an important piece of BAT ecosystem. So currently they have implemented the ledger system and the anonymizing algorithm that will be called that is called Anonymize, and this is an algorithm that has been available for several years, and it's a general purpose algorithm for anonymizing surveys, and BAT is going to use this anonymized algorithm to ensure customer privacy and so that your data is anonymous. You can read the roadmap on their in their white paper if you're interested to get to know it in more detail. But currently they have this ledger and they can anonymize user data. Right, guys. What else? Yeah, I think we have discussed the most interesting technical parts of this attention-based economy. And we have talked about BAM, the metrics that is going to be used to measure the attention of users. And BAM is going to have some kind of scoring algorithm. And the concave algorithm is an example that can be used. And this is what's this quadratic equation algorithm. And BAT is the means of exchange. So when BAM recognizes that you view an ad, you will get the money from the advertiser in BAT, and the publisher will get BAT as well. And they have also outlined their vision for the future of the internet, where we use BAT to reward content creators and upvote comments and all of that. What do you think, guys? Do you think that this is a good idea? Will you use the Brave browser? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I personally think it's very, very interesting. There are of course a lot of technical challenges, and there are still many questions. For example, how will BAM really work? Is this concave algorithm really a good measure of the attention? And what kind of machine learning models will be used on the front end? Because machine learning is hard, and so they will really have to put resources in developing good machine learning models for this project. And that is a question I have. Will they be able to do that? They mentioned that they have 20 people working on the project. And it would be really interesting to see if they have machine learning competence. Because I think that this is the main question. They need to really classify attention in a really good way, and to me it could be a difficult task for them to do, but I'm sure they will fix it and they will have a solution. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comments section below. I would love to discuss this with you. And if you are a new viewer and you like blockchain, Ethereum, Bitcoin, you're interested in BAT and maybe Stratis, all of this new blockchain tech, and you really want to know how they work, you should definitely, guys, subscribe to this channel. Because you will find this channel interesting. I myself am a software developer, and I talk about this a lot. Also, let's take a look at the lake, guys. So we have this amazing lake right outside the house. And you really get blown away every time you come here. I don't really live here normally, but whenever you come back, you are amazed by the nature. So that's it for today, guys. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.